Sufficient 3, sufficient 3, sufficient 3, sufficient. Hey guys, welcome back to Sufficient 3. Today I'm looking at the United States stats. Woohoo! Well, this video was actually from the idea of Wonder Why. Check out his channel; it's pretty good. And also, I'll be looking at the 3 top states and then the 3 last states, and watch out to the end of the video. Then we'll check out what states are compared with countries in different categories. So let's get started. The number 1 is size, the total land area and water area. So first we will be looking at a land area. So the first state with the biggest land area is Alaska, obviously, with 570,640 miles squared, which is in kilometers 1,477,953 kilometers squared, which is 85.76% of its total area. And by the way, this was only looked up by a few sources. I like to thank Wikipedia and another source that I forgot the name of. So next is Texas with 261,231 miles squared, and in kilometers 676,587 kilometers squared, and which makes up 97.26% of its total land area. Next is California with 155,779 miles squared. In kilometers, it's 403,499 kilometers squared, which is 95.16% of its total area. And the smallest one is Rhode Island with 1,033 miles squared, which is 2,678 kilometers squared, and which makes up 66.92% of its total area. And the second one is Delaware with 1,948 miles squared, and in kilometers 5,047 kilometers squared, which is 66.92% of its total area. And last but not least is Connecticut with 4,842 miles squared, which is in kilometers 12,542 kilometers squared, which makes up 87.35% of its total area. Next is water area. The state with the biggest one is obviously Alaska with 94,743 miles squared, which is in kilometers for 245,384 kilometers squared, which makes up 14.24% of its total area. Next is Michigan with 40,147 miles squared, which is 104,052 kilometers squared, and which makes up 41.54% of its total area. And next is Florida, which is 40,147 miles squared, and kilometers 104,052 kilometers squared, which makes up 41.54 kilometers squared percent of its total area. And the smallest one is West Virginia with 191 miles squared, and kilometers 497 kilometers squared, which makes up 0.79% of its total area. Next is New Mexico with 292 miles squared, and in kilometers 757 kilometers squared, which makes up 0.24% of its total area. Next is Arizona, which is 396 miles squared, in kilometers 1,026 kilometers squared, which makes up 0.35% of its total area. And we'll just skip that. Next, we'll look at total area, which is it's Alaska with 663,300 miles squared, and which is 1,481,346 kilometers squared. And if Alaska was a country, it would be the 18th biggest. Okay, and And it's bigger than Iran, which is actually pretty huge, but smaller than Libya, smaller than Libya. And next is Texas with a size of 268,597 miles squared, which makes up 695,662 kilometers squared. And if it was a country, it would be the 40th biggest. Bigger than Myanmar or Burma, and smaller than Zambia. Next is California with 163,694 miles squared, and in kilometers 423,967 kilometers squared. And as a country, it would be the 60th biggest. And it is bigger than Paraguay and smaller than Iraq. And then the smallest one is Rhode Island with 1,544 miles squared, which is 4,001 kilometers squared. And Rhode Island, if it was a country, it would be 166, even though this list compromises of 195 countries, which is surprising. And and Rhode Island is bigger than Samoa, but smaller than the Cabo Verde or Carte Verde. I don't know what it's called. And next is Delaware with 2,488 miles squared, which is 6,446 kilometers squared. And if Delaware was a country, it would be the number 163 biggest. And it's bigger than Brunei, but smaller than Cyprus. Next is Connecticut with a size of 5,543 miles squared, which is 14,357 kilometers squared. And if Connecticut was a country, it would be the 155th biggest. And Connecticut is bigger than the Bahamas, but smaller than Timor-Leste, or East Timor. Next, we're looking at population. July 2019 estimate and population density. If you guys don't know what population density, it is, it's basically just like how many people live in a place, like in 1 square mile or 1 square kilometer, depending where you live or watching this from. And first we'll be looking at population. July 2019 estimate. And the highest population in the state is California with 39,512,223 people, which makes up 11.91% of its total American population. And California, what the country will be the 37th most populous, which is crazy. And California is more popular than Afghanistan, but less population than Iraq. Which, I think California and Iraq, I don't know. I think it has something to do with it. Next is Texas with 28,955,881, which makes up 8.74% of its total American population. And if Texas was a country, it would be the 50th most populous. And Texas is more popular than Venezuela, but less popular than Nepal. And finally is Florida with 21,477,737 people, which makes up 6.47% of its total American population. And if Florida was a country, it will be the 58th most populous. Excuse me. And Florida is more popular than Sri Lanka, but has a lower population than Taiwan. They're both islands. I guess that proves the theory. Florida is an island. Okay, next is Wyoming with a population of 578,759, and which makes up 0.17% of its total population. Well, American one. And if Wyoming was a country, it would be 172 populous, which is surprising. As the list goes on to 179. So, yeah. Don't mind that. So, if Wyoming was a country, it would be more popular than Cabo Verde, but less popular than Suriname. And next is Vermont with 623,989, which makes up 0.19% of its total population. And I would like to say that this is July 2019 estimate. If you guys, in case forgot. So, yeah. And if Vermont was a country, it would be 170th most populous. So it would be more popular than Western Sahara, but less popular than Luxembourg. Bruh, a territory, like a big territory, like the size of like half of Morocco, is less popular than a country that's like one of the smallest. That's like the 10th smallest in the world. Finally, it's Alaska. Boom. Okay, guys. Alaska has to be on every list somewhere. Like, it has to be, okay? If you guys say it's not, you guys are wrong. Alaska has to be on every list. And Wyoming, too. Well, not Wyoming, because it didn't go on the size one, but alright. So, it has a population of 731,545, which makes up 0.22% of its total American population. If Alaska was a country, it would be 165th biggest. And it will be more popular than Bhutan, a small country in Asia, but less popular than Guyana, one of the smallest countries in South America. Next, we're looking at population density, which is how many people are living in. Okay, this really depends on the size and population. Like, I bet like Wyoming's gonna be like really low on the list, and Alaska too. Well, Alaska's me on this list, I guess. I don't know. And first is New Jersey with 1,218 people per square mile, which is also 470 people per square kilometer. And if New Jersey was a country, it would be the third most densely populated, which is including territories, it would be the sixth. And it will be bigger. It has more population density than Bahrain, but less population density than Singapore. And it still have more population density than Bahrain and less than Gibraltar in Spain. And Rhode Island second with 1,021 people per square mile, which is 394 people per square kilometer. And if it was a country, it would still be number 3 and number 6, and you expect the same result on everything. So yeah. Next is Massachusetts, which is 871 people per square mile, or 336 people per square kilometer. And Massachusetts would be the eighth. It would be an eighth country, including territories. It will be the 14th, but the nearest country, including territories, will be the 17th. So it has more population density than Lebanon, than the smallest country in the world, Holy See, or Vatican City. And Massachusetts is bigger than, oh no, what happened? It's bigger than Palestine and smaller population density than Jersey, and I forgot where, but it's probably in like America's controlled by Britain or something. This video's already 15 minutes long, holy cow. Okay, so, and Alaska has lowest with 1 person per square mile, or less than a person per square kilometer. So you see like 1/3 of a person every square kilometer. I'm funny. Okay, I guess I'm not. So if Alaska was a country, it would be 100. It would be 195, and with territories, it would be 275. Trust me, I took 2 whole days writing this whole list. Okay, I think I'm wrong in my calculation, but I just gave up in the middle. And Alaska has less population density than Mongolia. Yeah, there was 194 countries on the list, and Alaska is literally lower than all of them. But as a territory, it would have more people than the Falklands, and have less people than Pitcairn Islands. Is that what's called, or Pitcairn? I forgot. I don't have a script. Okay, I don't have the time to do it. Okay, so next is Wyoming with 6 people per square mile, or 2.3 people per square kilometer. And Wyoming would be number 194 on a country list, which is also 272 with territories. And it will have more population density than Mongolia, and less population density than Namibia. And it has more population density than Western Sahara, and has less population density of Namibia. Well, I guess that would be kind of a coincidence. If you guys don't get that, then you guys are not smart. I'm actually not. I'm actually joking. You guys are really smart. Okay, so yeah, my mouth. Yeah, I'm speaking really loud now. Okay, next is Montana with 7 people per square mile, which is also 2.7 people per square kilometer. And Montana as a country would be 194, and with territories would be 272. And Montana is in Montana. And then GDP, it will be 2021 estimate. Yes, we're going into the future, okay? So California with the most dollars with $2,893,054, which makes up 14.8% of America's GDP. And as a country, California would be the 5th. What? The 5th? The 5th biggest, the 5th wealthiest country in the world. Wow. It would be more wealthy than the United Kingdom, really? And then Germany. What? Germany has more money than the United Kingdom. You're telling me that? It looks like this part of California would fit into Germany. So, yeah, I guess it would be all right. And I know this is France, okay? I know this is France. This is Austria, Switzerland, Czechia. I know it's called Czech Republic, but I like to call it Czechia. And I know they changed their name. And Texas, with $1,628,185, and which makes up 8.3% of its total America's GDP. And as a country, Texas would be the 9th wealthiest country in the world. It will have more money than Canada and less wealthy than Italy. Okay, New York has a GDP of $1,587,879, which makes up 8.1% of its America's total GDP. And New York, as a country, will be the 10th wealthiest countries. And it'll have more GDP than South Korea, but less GDP than Canada. And then now we have Vermont with the least GDP with $30,175, which makes up 0.2% of total America's GDP. And Vermont as a country will take 99. Okay, so all of American states will be on the 100th list. Yeah. So it will have more GDP than Cambodia, but less GDP than Estonia. Okay, that's good. That makes sense. Next is Wyoming with $33,233 and with 0.2% of its total American GDP. Yeah. And then Wyoming as a country will be the 95th biggest. Yeah. And then Wyoming would have more GDP than Latvia, but less GDP than Bahrain. And next, finally, is Alaska. Whoa, which has $45,644, and it will have 0.2%. And Alaska as a country will be the 87th most wealthiest. And Alaska is more wealthy than Jordan, but less wealthy than Democratic Republic of the Congo. And now we have the population, okay? I wrote the names of the countries I don't want to write, okay? It's America, okay? It's freedom, okay? And I'll just do the closest to their GDP. So Hong Kong, I know Hong Kong is a territory. Oregon has Kuwait, Poland, Bhutan, Equatorial Guinea, Venezuela, Slovenia, Laos, Armenia, Bahrain, Cyprus, Suriname, Denmark, Georgia, not the state, but the state Georgia is Czechia, Oman, Greece, Rwanda, Djibouti, Turkmenistan, Eritrea, Cyprus, Libya, Trinidad Tobago, Timor-Leste, Luxembourg, Romania, Russia? No, Serbia. Switzerland, Bahrain, Bolivia, Panama, Libya, Benin, Honduras, Singapore, Finland, Bhutan, Comoros, Guinea-Bissau, Jamaica, Armenia, Mauritania, Turkmenistan, Mongolia, Sri Lanka, Ireland, Equatorial Guinea. Okay, so I may have gone to these states again. Well, yeah, Syria, Mali, Iraq. No, that's Guinea. Iran, Ecuador, Philippines, Guyana, Great Britain, Suriname, Syria, Japan, New Zealand, Poland, Solomon Islands, Myanmar or Burma, Cambodia, Guyana. What is this country? Belarus, Kyrgyzstan, Guinea, Tajikistan, Cambodia, Greece, North Korea. Portugal, Mali, Greece, Uruguay, Cuba, Iceland, Bangladesh, Hungary, Eritrea, Latvia, Bulgaria, Belgium, Malawi, Greece, Macedonia, Portugal, Burundi, Belize, Trinidad and Tobago, Timor-Leste, Cabo Verde, UAE, and I may have messed some stuff. So like the South Carolina, UAE, North Korea. I'm so sorry about this, and Macedonia too. And next is GDP with Poland, Czechia, UK, Democratic Republic of the Congo, UAE, Hungary, Dominican Republic, New Zealand, Ecuador. I just typed the names even though I don't want to type, but this is America, okay? New Zealand, Iraq, Argentina, Latvia, Morocco, Hungary, Kazakhstan, Canada, Ethiopia, Slovenia, Venezuela, Bangladesh, Morocco, Czechia, Kuwait, Peru, Poland, Mexico, Argentina, Netherlands, Vietnam, Nigeria, Turkey, Luxembourg, Sweden, Myanmar, Croatia, South Africa, Poland, Switzerland, Ireland, Ivory Coast, or Côte d'Ivoire, Dominican Republic, Sweden, Estonia, and I think this is the last one, South Korea. Got the name for a second. And now, last but not least, population density. So, it's funny, right? I am me for Alaska since it's the last one. And I'm too lazy to put Mongolia. Mali, Palau, Dominica. You have to appreciate me for doing this. This is like at least the hardest flag I had to do. Russia, CAR, Romania, I think. Sweden, Namibia, Papua New Guinea, Kazakhstan, Senegal, Palau, Zambia, Colombia, either Chad or Romania, Russia, Canada, Laos, Bhutan, USA. Missouri is the only state with the USA population density. Solomon Islands, DRC, Bulgaria, Timor-Leste, Swaziland. This at least has been the hardest flag to do. Swaziland, Colombia, Italy, Lithuania, Samoa, Iraq, Sierra Leone, Latvia, which is definitely not Austria, Macedonia, San Marino, Rwanda, Bahrain, India, Lebanon, Bahrain, Vatican City, Panama, Norway, and Laos. So yeah, this is gonna be another video. Goodbye. And you can see right here, Wonder Why, right here, a video that YouTube recommends just for you. I don't know, somewhere here, and like and also my gaming channel right here. So yeah, goodbye. Check out these people and video. 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 Check out